So I had a question from someone that wanted to know, can I eat fruit once I lose the weight? Let's talk about that. So the answer is, yeah, you can eat it, but it comes with a package. So let's talk about that package. Fruits have been grown to be sweeter, higher in sugars, okay? If you ever take a look at an apple now, I mean, it's like eating candy. It is so filled with sugar. Way back, a long time ago, fruit was not that sweet. It was actually sour. A lot of the fruits had no resemblance of what they look like now. So that's one factor. Number two, fruits are seasonal, but of course you can buy fruits all year round. So if you're constantly eating a lot of fruit, you're getting a lot of fructose, and the problem is the liver has to deal with that sugar. When you have glucose, you have the entire body cells that can deal with it, but anything with fructose or high in fructose, the liver is forced to metabolize it. And that can lead to all sorts of issues, including insulin resistance. So unfortunately, fruit in general is not keto friendly. However, there are fruits that are lower in sugar. Okay, avocados, that's considered a fruit. You may think it's a vegetable, but it's actually a fruit. I don't even think it has any sugar. It has carbohydrate, but probably not any sugar. Lemon limes, okay? So you can start eating as many of those as you want. Of course, you're probably not going to do that because that's not the fruit that you had in mind. Coconut, that's considered a fruit, very low in carbs. And I'm not talking about coconut water. That's very, very high in carbs. It's a refined product. Then you have tomato, which actually people think it's a vegetable, but it's actually a fruit. Tomato with all the fiber is pretty safe in general. Pomegranate seeds are okay, as long as you don't do the pomegranate juice. Okay, that's a concentrated carbohydrate. Star fruit is lower on the glycemic index. And berries are good. Okay, raspberries are the best, and then you have blackberries, strawberries, and blueberries, but a small amount of berries is totally fine. And then people want to know about, what about cherries? Well, cherries they're not really, really high, but they're right in the middle, but they do have a lot of sugar. And you have tart cherries, which are better than the real sweet cherries. But the big question is, let's say you hit your ideal weight goal or your health goal, right? And you want to add some fruit back in there. The question is, what is your history of abusing sugar? Like myself, I abuse sugar to the extreme. And so if I actually try to go back to some carbs, I do not do well. My system is very sensitive to carbs, and I do very well on the ketogenic plan. So let's say, for example, if you haven't abused sugar and you were not raised on sugar and you don't have insulin resistance and you have a fast metabolism and you don't have a weight problem and you don't have any health problem, you could probably get away with more fruit than most people. So go ahead and test it for yourself, see how you do. So the main thing is you just want to take a look at all the data, make a judgment call, think for yourself, as compared to having some cookbook approach where you're rigidly following this exact food and you never deviate and you're eating it because someone told you had to do it exactly this way, but you don't really have the full understanding.